listening to the Unapologetic Podcast, starring the actual, factual Kimberly Smith and Sir Goodwin Live, weekly podcast based around Black culture, current events, entertainment, best friend series, Black love series, and controversial and informative topics and shows featuring special guests. Subscribe, listen, and follow on all podcasts and social media platforms.
And we are live Unapologetic Podcast Thursday night. And we have a very special topic for the people, a controversial topic, but it seems to be pretty common these days. We have the actual and factual Kim Smith in the building. Very talented Trends Unapologetic.
Yes, shout out Trees, thank you.
And how are you tonight?
Blessed, Black, and highly favored. How about yourself?
I'm doing all right. I'm wearing talented Trends. You'll see it in just a second. Leo is back 2 weeks in a row, fan favorite, unapologetic himself. And we know he is going to tear this topic up. We have brought J. Nicole with us tonight as well.
Yes,
She's been here a few times.
I'm here celebrating new adventures and stuff. Congratulations, baby.
She's been here a few times. How are you tonight, Jazz?
I'm doing well. I can't complain.
Good. Follow social media on all podcast platforms and social media platforms. Kim, what is today's topic?
Okay, so we have a general topic, but we're going to actually have a conversation about this topic because, of course, it has so much controversy around it, so many issues, so many yays and nays. But the general question is, as a woman, if a man flies you out, is sex a requirement? That is the actual question of the night. But as I was speaking with someone today, they explained that maybe we got to break it down a little bit because is it still the same question if he's buying you a $97 flight from Chicago to Dallas? Is it the same, or does it change if he's flying you from Chicago to Jamaica for 5 nights?
Yes.
Okay.
Well, let's answer the question first and then we'll break it down. Kim, have you been flued out before? And let me say this too. I put flued out on purpose on
he
the
knows
thing.
how to
Okay,
spell
I do know how to, I know the correct, way to spell it.
You know, people will jump in your inbox because excuse me, it's O-U-R instead of O-R.
Right.
Thank you so much, sis, for your English
did.
degree. We appreciate it.
Kim, have you been flued out before?
So it's a no for me.
Okay.
It's a no for me.
Okay.
Yeah. It's always a no for me because I am an adult and I am aware of what comes with being flued out. And so I am always the comeback. I will fly myself to you, and usually I get some resistance or whatever. I've been told that, I'm too independent, or like, why would you say that? I can do it. So it kind of turns into like this combative thing rather than like, oh, that's dope. Let's go ahead and set it up. So I've been asked multiple times from anywhere to Vegas to Jamaica, but I've always stood with I can get myself there, and it's usually kind of sit back like, nah, never mind.
Jazz, it seems like you kind of mirrored that.
I agree with her 100%. I have never been flued out and don't ever plan on it.
Wow. And what you've been asked?
No.
Nobody's volunteered to flew you out before?
Is that surprising?
Yes.
You're gorgeous. So yeah.
I think why that hasn't happened is because I don't give off those kind of vibes.
Okay.
That's not the type of woman that I am. So they know not to ask me no question.
Oh, I respect it. I get it.
Yeah.
Okay. So both of you have only been on trips that you've been in a relationship with the guy.
Mm-hmm.
Yes, for me.
Okay.
Yeah.
Leo, have you flued a girl in?
No, I have never flown a girl in.
Really?
I've never done it.
Okay.
I would do it though, but I've
wasn't
never
expecting
really.
I know, me
would,
either. Me either.
I've
Wow.
never done it, yo. I've had plenty of women fly themselves.
Okay.
Right, and we might do a vacation somewhere, but it was like, nah, I never have, but I would though.
Okay.
But well, you haven't asked that question yet.
Yeah,
But I've been flown out before.
Go ahead.
That's crazy.
Where? To where?
I went to, where was I flown to? Atlanta.
Oh,
Okay.
wow, nice.
Yeah,
Okay.
She flew me out.
Now that's like the $97 ticket she was just.
That's it. We gotta get to the $97 ticket.
It was
It
not.
wasn't.
It was definitely. You know, I've been offered to multiple times, but every time you can't take it. But
Right.
yeah, I've been flown out before though. It was cool. It wasn't first class, but it was cool. You know what I'm saying? It was cool.
Now, were you flown out for sex?
Yeah.
Oh, okay.
Well,
Yeah.
I mean, not just that. You know what I mean? It was just like, yo, when you come to me, I'm like, yo, I can't even get to the buying the tickets. You know what I'm saying? I can't get over that. You know. And I want you. I booked it. Oh, okay.
Oh.
Nice.
No
Well, that's a
Yeah.
lady that knows what she wants.
I'm not
It's
mad
Or
at
at
pretty-
the
it's a
time
lot of
she did knew what she wanted.
Now,
Yeah.
because I cannot relate to this in any way,
Of course, we understand.
I would be scared. I would be scared to, have somebody fly me somewhere. I know two people
Mm-hmm.
who have been kind of catfished
Oh,
with that,
shit.
where they
First
have gotten to
Oh.
the destination and the person was not there. I know two
Ooh.
people.
Oh my
Person.
God.
They flew there to meet someone. Or
They
were
flew
flown
there.
out.
They flew to meet someone and they weren't there. So even if it was the other way around,
I
I
knew
think
somebody
it was
happened.
like, wow.
Oh,
I would be scared.
That's
So I think that goes into the next question of how well do you have to know a person to do that? So you say that you would do it.
Yeah.
How well would you have to know a lady to fly them somewhere or fly them to Chicago?
Few weeks.
Few weeks?
Few weeks.
You can't trust nobody in no few weeks.
Well, no, but this is the follow-up question. So
Okay.
if you flew her to Chicago, would you put her up somewhere or would you let her come to your house?
We would probably. I don't really like people in my house like
See,
that.
right.
But I would, depending on how long it was,
Mhm.
I'll probably have her come to my house. But I would ask her what she was more comfortable with.
Okay.
Usually, somebody be like, "Oh yeah, I'll just be in your house or whatever."
Yeah, if they're gonna accept the flight, it might
Might
as
as
well.
well.
Yeah.
Well, no. I know people. I know guys that have flown her out, but like put her up at, like they just ended up staying at a hotel, even though they were in. He could have took her to his house, but again, he didn't feel comfortable, so they stayed at a hotel
If
for
you
the
don't
weekend.
feel comfortable with somebody staying with you, that means you don't feel comfortable them being around you, so you should never flew them out.
But see,
I
being
mean, okay.
around and not. I'm sorry. I mean,
No, go ahead.
being around and being like leaving them in your house, like I can count on like one hand how many people I would leave in my house. Like
Okay,
my mom's
okay.
one, my parents as one, like them, and
Mhm.
then like a couple other people, but I don't leave people in my house.
Okay, I understand. But I mean, also too, I guess I'm looking at it like this. Like most times if you're being flown out, it's like for a weekend.
Yeah.
So you really wouldn't be leaving them in your house. Like, and you're gonna, most of the times, you'll pick somebody up Friday-ish or whatever, and you'll be dropping them back off Sunday. So y'all are gonna be together 48 hours.
Yeah, that's true. I mean,
Yeah.
but if it's a situation like that, then yeah, it's different. But
So you would then take them to your house?
it would, like I said, it's whatever she's comfortable with. If I don't know her like that, if I
Oh,
know her,
okay.
then it's like, of course you're coming over here.
Right.
But if she's not, it's like, I'm real cool with that kind of stuff. Like, whatever you're comfortable with. Like,
See,
that's-
yeah, I don't like folks in my house.
So even if you all say you're not going to accept it, so even if it was an ex-boyfriend or somebody you know well, Cassandra's saying very well she has no. If it's somebody that you know well, you still wouldn't accept it?
Somebody I know well is Michael B. Jordan.
Oh, come on, Michael B. Jordan. Michael, she ready.
That's the only guy that I'm gonna accept, okay?
See, but I think that changes the dynamic because are we dating? Like an ex-boyfriend is something like that means I'm bored or something like that. Like that's to me is not being flown out. That's us just seeing each other. But like if we're dating or whatever, if we've been dating for months, I technically don't really consider that being flown out because we're dating.
Well, if he's paying for it, it's being flown out.
No, it's not.
I agree with you. I see your point.
Okay.
Yeah, I see your point
but,
too.
but I agree with him, but I see your point.
Right, if I'm booking it,
Right,
whether
it's
it be
flying
the
without-
flight, whether it be the
flying without.
hotel.
Because after 4 months, get your own ticket, for real.
What? Why would I be buying my own ticket after 4 months?
Because why not?
What? But I'm confused. Wait a
But
minute.
you already did it before, so why are you gonna stop now?
And why we gotta keep doing it just 'cause I did it before?
No, see,
Well,
I'm
see, that's-
confused because
Like,
if we're dating, so I'm gonna say me personally because, like I said, I don't accept flown out.
Okay.
But have I flown to see somebody that I pay for my own ticket? 100%. And so if we're dating and we're in different cities, more than likely in the beginning, I'm buying my own stuff because I want us on equal level playing ground, especially if I'm trying to see if I'm going to be serious about you.
Okay.
Now, if I'm coming just to get some dick or whatever, I'll jump on the $97 flight and come on back in 48 hours and then we good.
Right.
But if we're trying to get on equal playing ground, now, once we start dating, I would assume because now we've crossed the threshold of us talking that my flight would be nothing for you to get. That would be right.
So now that we're not on the even playing field, now that's my reward. Now I get to pay for all the flights.
Okay, now we're on IG. Someone said, what's the purpose of being flown out? So, Leo, you fly somebody out. Is sex the number one purpose? And does it have to happen? And then we'll go to if it doesn't happen.
I would not say, but I'm different. No, not number one. Because, shit, if it doesn't happen, I'll be mad. But if it's not really...
So it's number one.
Right.
If a lot of things don't happen, I'll be pissed. Like, I don't know, but number one, see, I don't ever like to be pressed about sex like that.
Okay.
I like to be like...
You try not to be.
I try not to be. That's the best way to be. Like,
That's true.
If you're not pressed about it, that's when she want to give it to you. It's going to be better if she want to give it to you.
If she's comfortable.
Or if she feel like she got to
make
get
her
something.
comfortable.
Right.
And then it'll happen.
Right.
She want, I lost my train of thought. Just when you
Well,
said that,
I
lost my train
know,
of
but
thought.
I know that if I fly someone anywhere,
Mm-hmm.
that is what I'm gonna want. We want that here in Chicago.
Okay.
So you definitely got to be putting out if we're gonna be going somewhere else, especially somewhere like the Bahamas or where everybody going to Tulum and stuff now.
Right.
Those
Yeah, they
type
went
of romantic type places where you probably end up in a bikini or in a pool or something. That speaks nothing but sex.
Right.
And so why would you not want to have sex with her, or why would she put out?
I'm not even gonna lie to you. Like, if I took a woman that I had not slept with before, or even if I have slept with her before, and we go there and she doesn't do it, I'm not gonna ever force anybody or try to force anybody to do it, right?
Okay.
But that's the kind of thing if you're a woman, you should not go with a dude unless you about to bang, right?
Because
unless you about to do him, you ain't supposed to go.
A guy is usually expecting sex
If he's
when
paying
they
for it.
fly you out. They can see you on social media or FaceTime.
Come on.
And it's true, but if you're gonna take that kind of trip with me and you don't wanna do nothing like that, or you start fronting, then I can't guarantee you're not gonna pay your way back.
Ooh.
Oh well.
Okay, so
So you only get one way.
But okay, so that actually leads right. So I heard a story. Like I said, I've been talking to people about this all day. Once I posted it, so I talked to somebody that knew a guy that booked a 5-day vacation.
That's crazy.
For him and this girl that he had just met, put her up in her own room and everything. So first night she gets there, he like, hey, I'm about to come over. She like, no, I'm good. So he like, oh, okay, cool. Or whatever, okay, cool. I, check you tomorrow, whatever. Same thing the next day. That next
crazy.
day, he canceled the rest of her time and canceled her flight.
That's what he's supposed to do.
So, okay.
She was using.
So that's the question.
Because if you're doing that, you're using him.
Yeah.
Okay.
You're using him.
See,
So-
I agree. See, but I wanted to just ask the general question in the room. Would have canceled her flight? Would you would have given her a heads up that you're canceling everything, or would you would have just waited for the hotel people to call up and tell her she had 11 to check out?
Right, because he didn't tell. He told her, right?
No, he didn't tell her. He just canceled
Oh,
it.
okay, all right. So this is a different scenario.
I think that's
Like-
where he messed up in that situation.
Uh-huh.
You'd be like, you know what? I brought you out here
Right.
for us to hang out, have a good time. Since you ain't got time for me, then I'm
But
gonna
she
have to
know
cancel this reservation. I'm sure she knew what she was doing, but
Uh-huh.
he should have been like, well, yeah, I'm about to cancel this. But then also as a woman, you don't go nowhere without a way to get yourself back or
Right.
money to buy food or anything. So
Thanks. Go ahead.
Jaree Ford, I feel like as adults, it's okay to say if a guy flies you out, it's okay to have sex. It's not required, but I'm not going out of town and not having sex.
Well, okay, all
But
right.
people don't want to get labeled as a certain type of girl.
Okay.
But
What? Like a certain type of girl.
So basically what she's trying to say is like if you known as the girl to get flown out, are you considered a hoe?
Oh.
That's what she's saying.
Well, it's some hoes that get flown out.
Yeah, 100%
Like,
there is.
That's real legit hoes.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But you got your foot halfway in the game though. You trying to,
Not your foot halfway in the game. I think Mike had a great point. So Mike commented earlier and he said, I think the real question is, if he offers to fly you out, is there a legitimate, transparent conversation had before you accept his offer?
Yes. I mean, something needs to be talked about before I get out here. And I think if you've been talking to somebody, you've been dating somebody, and y'all at the point where it's like, come on, let's meet up, y'all should have been had a conversation about what's kind of expected, what kind of level y'all probably done had some phone sex. So at some point, both of y'all know what the deal is. And if one person don't know what it is, then it's an issue.
do you agree with that?
I agree with that. So I was going to piggyback off that.
Yeah.
Me personally, I feel like this whole thing is always put on females like, well, y'all know the deal. Y'all know the deal. As a man, you should be bold enough to have the conversation with me that we both collectively want to have. Because if I jump off and start it, you're going to think I'm aggressive or whatever. But then if I just sit back and play passive or whatever, then whose fault is it? Because it's just like, okay, well, he never brought it up. If I bring it up, is he gonna look at me like I'm crazy or whatever? Like the man, even though we're having our experience on the phone or whatever like that, I still expect the man to take the lead. So if we're going to talk about being flued out or us meeting up or something like that, I would hope that we have a legitimate conversation about what we both want.
Those
I think that
intentions
they-
need to be said beforehand.
Yeah,
before I accept.
Most people don't communicate, especially early. So I think that for you to accept the trip, that you already know why.
See,
So
that's-
some men are not. Some men can afford, because I probably can't afford to fly nobody
Get
nowhere.
you there.
But I feel like if they are starting off with that, because this is pretty, I'm guessing we're pretty early in talking stages.
Right.
If they're
Right.
flying
Still
you
hype
out,
for each other.
Yeah.
that you should know, and even though you all say you all haven't accepted, you should know that once you all get to Miami, that this is what's supposed to happen.
But so
Isn't
we're
that what's supposed to happen? And I think that's an issue with men thinking that women owe them sex or I owe you
I'm
something
glad you said
because you spent a little money on me. I don't owe you shit. I don't know.
You can cuss.
Okay, I'm not.
girl.
I'm
She forgot she
You do owe him something if he paid for. Okay,
It is a technical
So
term out there on the
Leo
internet.
owed her dick because she
Well,
bought his flight to.
Absolutely.
You said that.
Absolutely.
Okay,
Because
as long as we on the same page.
I might be on a situation where I don't know, like we might have met somewhere. Let's say we met at the convention in Nashville, whatever. We meet in Las Vegas to hang out, right? But I
Right.
fly you to meet, or I fly you to Chicago, right? I'm gonna be honest. I don't know if I want to hit.
Okay.
So I'm gonna peep you out. You might be like, and then the chick might be like, nigga, I done came all the way from.
That's what I
whatever,
mean.
and I ain't gonna get laid.
So what's the? I guess that takes me back to what Mike said. Why not have the conversation as adults?
Because
You
I may
should.
not know. I may.
But you're supposed to be if we're dating, if we're trying to get to a space of dating, we should be having conversations. I think one issue with this is that too many people these days try to do this shit through text message.
yeah.
Let me tell you something. You're never going to get far with anybody if all you're doing is
I
texting.
beg to
You're
differ.
never gonna catch each other's vibe. You're never gonna catch each other's like conversation, how it goes or anything like that, because you're literally texting. If you are as an adult, especially in your 30s, are looking to get flew out in a week or 2 weeks, something like that, baby, we on the phone every day. I need to know who I'm communicating with. I need to know if I get to the airport, if you or your wife gonna show up. I need to know all of these things. We're not gonna do that during text. And I think the reason this gets so far that it becomes an issue is because majority of these setups are done through text.
Yeah, well, that's 2022.
Yeah.
That's
Yeah.
what they're doing. The DM, most of the talking nowadays, I can get through the people faster through IG
Yes.
than I can if I text their phone.
That's true.
That's just where we are now. So this is hypothetically speaking because I don't want to disrespect anybody's relationship or situationship. Jasmine, Leo is saying, hey, we're gonna fly to Jamaica. You all have a conversation. He already has the dates planned out. You say, hey, I'm gonna be on my thing around that time. So I'm just giving you a heads
Ain't Flo
up.
is in town.
Yes.
Okay.
Do you disclose
what do you do?
Are you asking me, do I let him know that I'm
Do you
gonna be
let him know? The dates are kind of aligned. You know,
well,
do
if
you
my
let him
intentions
know?
are going out of town and I do want to have sex with this person, I'm gonna be like, yo, that's not a good time for me.
Thanks.
But if I don't necessarily want to, because we only been talking for a little bit and I don't really know your vibe, like y'all been saying texting, you can't know somebody vibe like in person, because a text conversation can go for hours.
Yes.
A phone conversation can be like a minute,
Mm-hmm.
and you can talk about the same thing, so you don't really know that person. So if I don't know that person, I'm like, okay, well, let me see what it is, and then.
So you say you let you see what it is, meaning you're in Jamaica knowing that you can have sex.
Well, who says you can't have sex? For some people out there, it
Some
may
people
be.
will. Yeah, some people will.
For some people don't care
that's
about
true.
that.
That's
Lord,
very
I hope
true.
my mama is
Jeree
not
Ford
listening.
has said, don't go because he going to try to make you give him head. The whole
Don't she know
That's
the truth?
right.
Don't she know the truth?
Right. He's gonna be like, yeah.
Okay.
Tell it, girl.
Yeah.
Tell it. Yes. Okay. You know,
That is very true.
that is very true.
Mm-hmm.
But come on, man. Are you really going to Jamaica with a dude you ain't about to smash? Like, come on.
Oh well, I mean,
Definitely.
It looks like Jay Nicole here is really.
okay.
she's
Well,
saying-
let's take a step back and break some scenarios down because again, okay. So you and the guy meet on a dating network. Okay, so technically, I guess dating network is everything now because people use Instagram and Facebook to date too. So you meet somebody online. Y'all start online, and within one, I have a question now. I thought this was odd. So if you start talking to somebody online and y'all get a vibe, how quick do y'all exchange numbers?
Right. It
think
depends on the
right
vibe.
away.
Right away. Like,
Really?
Online?
Yeah.
Or just
Well,
that
we're
on
not
social
online.
media?
Yeah, so I mean, even if it's a dating app, because from my understanding, now I've never done the dating app, but I've seen it. So on the dating app, you can stay on the app if you want to, from my understanding.
Yeah, and just like
Right, and just
through
text,
the-
right? Or you can exchange information. But I'm talking about a dating app, social media wise. Y'all will exchange real numbers within a couple days.
What's the what could happen if you
You
do
can
that?
always block somebody.
Yeah.
Oh, okay. I don't black people. I need to learn how to do that. Okay.
I don't,
All
know, I
right.
don't know if Androids do that.
Okay.
Unnecessary.
Unnecessary, but you know what? I'm not gonna do y'all today. Okay. So, all right. Oh, so a couple days.
Yeah,
So,
because I feel like I want to talk on the phone with you.
okay. So that was gonna be my
And
next
then
question.
I also don't. A ton of people don't like FaceTime, but I
I
love.
FaceTime.
I love FaceTime.
Why?
I FaceTime.
What is the matter with you people?
I FaceTime my homeboys.
Are you serious?
FaceTime each other
I
all
don't
the
think
time.
what people big issue with it is, but I mean, if you just now meeting somebody, you set those like hey, you can't only FaceTime me during this time.
Okay.
Or, you set something up where they just now randomly FaceTime you at like you.
So are you cool with somebody like FaceTiming you before 11 a.m. like on a weekend?
Well, yeah, I'm up before you.
What? I don't care that I'm up. Don't call me.
Well, you
ain't
ain't. I mean, no, I don't mind it. I
Really?
don't mind. Like, call me on the phone if I'm asleep. I'm not gonna see it or
Right.
text.
Okay.
So you call me, and then I'm gonna hear the FaceTime noise
Right.
or my phone ringing or something like
So
that.
that's really okay. So y'all will meet somebody on the app or on social media, exchange your real number, and then FaceTime with them within like a week.
Within a few days. Man.
Within a few days.
If this is somebody that you think you like or you want
Right.
to get to know, yeah, you gonna do it. I feel like
Wow,
that needs to
okay.
happen.
And it's funny you say that because if a woman takes me through too many hoops just to call her or FaceTime her, I'm gonna really be like, she's not interested. And I'm gonna lose interest. I'm gonna be like, nah.
Okay.
Oh, I move slow. Yeah.
Well, see,
Don't
no,
move slow,
I think
everybody.
it's a difference because I want to make sure I'm making myself clear. I'm talking about an app. I'm not talking about in person.
It don't matter.
Okay.
If she takes me through a bunch of hoops, she's not interested.
Okay.
I can agree with that.
Wow. Okay. So then, all right. So we have exchanged numbers within 48 hours, and we've talked on the phone. We FaceTime.
And if I don't like you, then I'ma just block you.
You ain't got to do that. We just gonna talk.
Well,
Like,
some people don't even really. Some dudes don't catch on.
That's true.
And I've
Yeah.
dealt with that
Yeah,
before. You know, where it's like, dude, you don't see.
Now
that
I would just
my
leave you on
conversation
red. I
is
don't.
short
Yeah, I
or
don't
something
care.
like that.
And then don't you love when they call you up? Why you got a problem? Why I just feel like your text is short. Well, then you know that I don't want to talk to you.
Exactly.
Damn. Okay, so then you move along or whatever, and let's say somebody lives in Chicago. We'll make it short. Well, somebody lives in Chicago. Somebody lives in Atlanta. Okay. Y'all have now talked. Y'all have had conversation. Y'all, let's just say, have been talking for 2 weeks or whatever. Who's more than likely gonna bring up first that y'all want to see each other? 2 or 3 weeks on the phone.
Who brings it up first?
Who brings it up first?
I think the guy.
So the guy brings it up first. So that means he's offering, right?
He better, if you bring it up, you
Oh,
ain't gonna
okay.
ask me to buy my own tickets to come and see you.
Boom, because there you go. Because then that comes the next question. Because do you bring it up? Does the guy bring it up to offer for you to come see him? But you like, hey, you should come and see me. Or when the guy says, oh, you can come and I will fly you out.
Yeah.
Okay. Right. So now then that will go.
But okay.
Okay.
Why? Okay, so you want him to take the lead, right?
Yes.
And so he has to say he wants to see you first, so he has to pay for it. That's kind of like, but if he doesn't say it, then you're not gonna say it, which means that it's basically just say, yo, if he don't say it, then it's not gonna happen.
Go ahead.
I feel like I'm always just trying to. I may wait, but that's for me trying to feel somebody out to make sure that we're on the same page. So if you're like, oh yeah, I think I want to see you, I'll be like, you know what, I was thinking that too.
See, and that's I guess where I'm confused at. Men tell us so much. We're too independent. Women don't know how to follow the lead. Women don't know how to know their role. But then on another instance, it's like you want me to lead dating.
You only want a man to be in a man's place when it's time to pay for everything.
No, not
I'm just saying, like because money isn't necessarily, just all that makes the man. Like a woman,
course.
like I've heard women say, "Oh, I'm only feminine when the man is like doing his job and doing his job is
like, oh, I'm submissive.
Is paying for everything." But that's like a man saying, "I'm only masculine when I'm around a feminine woman." How stupid that sounds.
I agree. I think that's idiotic.
You're masculine all the time.
I think that's idiotic. But that still takes me back to the point of me being a woman. I want a man to lead. So if I'm meeting a man, okay, if I'm trying to know, if I'm talking to a man, trying to see if I'm going to be in a relationship, dating or whatever with him, I'm going to take how we move forward. I'm going to take his lead.
Yeah, but at the same time, like, okay, his lead might be like, I want to see you, or we need to see each other, and then y'all try to plan for that.
Right.
He's not the leader because he's paying for it.
I agree with you 100%.
But most women, I feel the way you are describing it, Leo.
Right, but see, you know what? Let me tell you something. Like, that's kind of like, you could have it. It's like nothing to do that, but It's like the principle. It's like, yo, okay, cool. The girl who's like, yo, I'm gonna make sure I see you no matter who does what. Matter of fact, I'm gonna take the initiative. That's the girl who's gonna win.
I agree.
That's what the white girls be doing. Oh, I'm finna, a white girl will bring you down.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? Spanish girl bring you down. Oh man, that's nothing. It's nothing. They ain't big.
Let me ask you this, Leo. Once you fly the girl to wherever you want to go, do you have other plans? I have a feeling you're gonna say yes, but you have other plans, other activities other than just sex. See, but I think when I think fly out, I just automatically think sex. So do you have other plans for you all to hang out and maybe get to know her? Does she pay for some stuff too?
Probably. It depends on the situation. Like if it's me wanting, like, so I'll invite a woman out to like do what I want to do.
Okay.
So it doesn't really matter like how much it costs or whatever. Let's say I want to go to Europe, right? All right, cool. I want to go to Europe like in 2 weeks, boom. And I tell her like, I want you to come to Europe with me. I'm gonna pay for it because first of all, who can just pay for a ticket to Europe like in short notice like that, right? But at the same time, like, I feel like, it's just your obligation at that point.
But you're not
'Cause you
going to.
invite
But we
me.
have things. But I have things I want to do when we get there. When we get to London, I might want to go shopping. I might want to go eat. I want to go see this. I want to go see that. These are things I want to see. She may not even have put her input in there. This is what I want to do. So I don't want to do it by myself. So I'm gonna bring you with me.
along.
Right. So
Yeah.
maybe when we're out there, she might be like, "Man, I'm gonna pay for dinner or something." That's cool. You know what I mean? But
Yeah.
I had the plan before I even had to say. I wanted to go without her.
But you
But
just
I
invite
want-
her along
But the
for
only
companionship.
reason-
Right.
Yeah,
The
absolutely.
only reason that you would go, that you would take her then is to have sex.
But I may
Companionship.
not want to go. I
I
just
think
don't want
that's
to go
what
to
he's
the
saying
dude.
is companionship.
Yeah.
I
And
don't go to the
companionship
dude.
don't mean having sex all the time.
Right, I would take. Let me say something. This might sound like.
Well, hey,
suspect,
you can
but
take.
I'll
You ain't got
I'll
to take her. You can take me.
I was about to say. I would take my homeboy. I would take my homeboy. Though.
Oh, okay.
I would take my homeboy. No BS.
Right, you know. If you ain't got to take a woman, then you got to take. You know. So you said you would take your homeboy
Yep.
too. Okay.
Yes, I would.
Okay.
It's just man. I want
I mean,
something.
'cause
That's what I want to do.
you get a hooker while you're there. You know.
Oh wow.
Yeah.
You know, the
That's
answer
cheap.
then,
Maybe
you know,
on his cheek,
he-
you know. Be like, you know what? Since you paid, that's what I'm saying. I got you, bro. Go to 201. Go on in there.
Oh wow. Okay.
See, Jaree, I feel I know you from the neighborhood, so I think that's why we kind of we feel each other. She says, when I first met my man, I took the lead and flew him to Miami.
Okay.
Took him on a
Okay.
5-day cruise, paid for everything, and I expected sex. The whole trip. And it's like, you just bought yourself a ticket to this show.
I would feel obligated though.
Right.
She did that.
I would feel obligated too.
She wanted to get tore down. I would tear her down because she paid for everything. She deserved it.
Yeah.
And that's the whole.
But she said her man though.
Yeah.
That's different than you meeting
But
somebody
this is
in a
before he was
week
her
or two.
man.
Is this no? Her comment said my man.
Her
She
man
said when
now.
I first met my
when
man.
she first met her man.
See, those be the ones that win.
And then okay, and that's the
Girl,
whole
it's
thing.
just-
That's the whole thing I want to
Damn.
separate. I want to separate because that's the whole thing. Men can't have it both ways. I feel
What?
like y'all want it both ways. Because the thing is, as a woman, we both sat up here and said originally that we would pay for ourselves the first time out. If we have never been flown out
Mhm.
because we know what men expect. And so I told y'all as I sat here that I rejected and I will offer for myself to fly me to you, and it's been rejected because what? You're not looking at me as something like she did. Her man, husband, whatever they are now, she had her goal set. I want him or whatever. I'm gonna do this. He was like, oh my God, I'm marrying her tomorrow. Fine. If we run across somebody like that, I would do the same thing. It would be nothing for me. But men can't again have it both ways. You can't tell me I'm too independent and I need to sit down and follow your lead, but then also want me to kick off the dating. It has to be a middle. Because you saying that you want to see me does not automatically equal me saying, okay, I found my ticket. Can you Venmo me $300?
Okay, how does this happen where if you pay for yourself, right, and you
Right.
go somewhere and it's like an exotic place or not an exotic, well, it works more like that, like a resort or something like
Okay.
that, right? So you there at the resort with dude,
Right.
and you don't want to do nothing, right?
Okay. Right.
If he's like, yo, I got this other chick I met at the beach.
Okay. I can't
how
be
you
upset.
feel? Okay, but are you gonna be upset though?
No, I can't be upset at all.
Wait. You met this other chick at the beach and you want to take her out, or
I
you
want
want
to
to
take
have
her
sex?
down because you're not having sex with me. I found somebody on vacation that's gonna have sex with me. You're not, so let me go ahead and do
It's
my
a
thing
no
over
for me.
here.
No.
See?
No.
You can't have it all, man.
No.
That's all that happens.
That's so disrespectful.
How is it disrespectful? You're not
That is
bad.
Okay, but I don't have to fuck you just because you took
And
me
you
out
don't
of
have to
town.
wait.
Okay, so then what happens is then she needs to make sure she got some money from some friends, or she got herself, and she needs to get.
But
a
she
bag
bought her
of-
ticket already. She said.
See, yeah, me personally, if
No,
that
but
happened
you
in my
said like you
scenario,
paid for her too.
no, we both paid for each
okay.
other. So
Oh,
me,
yeah,
I would
you
be
pay
totally
for yourself.
fine with it. But then when you looking for me at breakfast the next day, I'm already at the crib.
Why?
I don't care if I pay
Because
for
that's
it
the
or
whole
if you
thing
pay
to
for
me.
it. There's no way. There's no
Even
way.
if he
There's
paid
no way.
for
Even
it,
if he paid for it, if I paid for it and we don't end up having sex because I felt like our vibes weren't right or it wasn't the way that it was, you not finna go and bring another
Why
girl.
not?
No, absolutely not.
that
I ain't even got her. I don't know. I'm just telling you.
That's just our feelings. Respectfully, I
selfish. That's selfish.
You don't want him to get none. You ain't get none, so he can't.
No, it's not that I don't want you to get none, but like, why would you do that?
Because I'm on the island. I want to have sex.
Okay, so
I'm on the island.
are we working towards trying to be something, or you just want to fuck me?
But men just want to fuck you.
Right.
Okay, so
That's what
I
they
never went out of town with no dude that the whole intention was him to just fuck.
That's their intention in the beginning.
That's
no
one of
matter
the.
what.
That's as soon as he meets you. That's his intention.
But it's a way you get there, though.
But,
Yes,
but
But
men
you
get
get so
there
fast. You
like,
get
on the
that fast
island.
to the trip.
On the
That's
island.
That's why I do it. That's why he doing it.
Okay, so wait a minute. Take out the island. Take out the island. What about that?
I'm not taking him to no island.
Does
I'll take
she-
you to London. I ain't taking you to no island.
Okay.
Because I want to have sex on the island. I'm not having sex with you.
Well, let's take out the island, okay? What about if you paid for her $97 ticket from here to Dallas?
I wouldn't do that.
Okay? Does she still owe you sex for the $97
Yep,
ticket?
she does. I wouldn't do that, but she does.
Okay, so let me tell y'all,
Okay.
it's a technical word out there, and they call these men incels.
Okay.
Right,
Okay,
and
I've
it's
heard of
because they're involuntary celibacy. That's what it means. But it's saying that like I want to be in a relationship, I want to have sex, but I can't get sex, right?
Okay.
So, but they think that women owe them sex. That's the whole premise of the
Really?
incel. Yes, they think women owe them sex. I don't owe you anything. And I
Oh,
think
hell
that's
no.
the thing with men these days. Even some women, even if you feel like a man owe you sex because you did something, and that's what's wrong with it. To me, if a man thinks you owe him sex, it gives off real rape man vibes to me.
I mean, hey. I'm
Women
not-
be on it. I'm sorry.
No, go ahead.
I just feel like you cannot expect certain things from certain people if you haven't sat down and talked about these things and did your intentions. It's just certain things that you can't do. I mean, look at everything that's going on in the world today.
That's
All
true.
these sexual harassment things. Somebody just saying something out of pocket to you.
Right.
We can get there. We can be vibing this whole time, and then you
Mhm.
just say something that totally throw me off.
Yes.
And I'll be like, hell no, I'm not having sex with this dude.
And the thing is,
I could my intention could have been having sex with you when we went out there.
Men talk themselves out of sex 80% of the time.
You say talk themselves out of it?
Out of it. I'm telling you. Sit down and talk to a group of women, 10, okay? And ask those 10 women, out of the last date that they went on, what man talked themselves out of sex. 8 women in that room will tell you that the man that she was on a date on, it don't matter if it was coffee, drinks, dinner, a movie, that he talked himself out of sex.
Yeah.
So it's like you want me to ignore that you're a complete idiot or whatever. You want me to ignore that you can't formulate 2 sentences, but then you want me to smile, nod, eat my steak, and still take you home and fuck you.
Can you give me an example of what a man did to talk himself out of sex?
Oh,
I'm curious.
And
Because I
I
don't
think
talk
you just
myself
came
out
up
of
with a
sex.
topic
much.
show too.
Okay,
You
sure.
feel me? Like, yeah. So I would like to know.
Okay, I'll give you an example. So I went on I left the date. Now,
Oh, damn.
I did. I called my Uber and I left. Now, me, I'm a different breed because I'm like you said, I can always get myself home. I don't care where I am. Okay, so I'm not one of these people. I don't need you to give me gas money. I don't need to wait for you to put gas in my car. I'm going to get myself home. So we were on a date, first time meeting. And instantly, and I get it, I understand, some men just don't, a lot of men, when you don't have game, you feel like that you have to just say anything, okay? We're sitting there, we're having drinks or whatever, just trying to be friendly. Instantly, he says, you must get, like, came at a lot, or like, you fuck a lot or something like that, because, like, look at your body. And so I instantly I stopped or whatever, and I just kind of looked at him over my or whatever, and I smirked or whatever, because now what I wanted to say or whatever, rather than we were in a restaurant, I said, let's let Kimberly stay here and let's let Kim stay in the car. So I just kind of looked at him or whatever, but he tries to like laugh it off or whatever, thinking that I was going to find it entertaining. So I try again to move the conversation. I'm not one of those women. What's your bank account? Where you work at? Do you own a house? What's your mortgage? Like, I don't give a fuck about none of that or whatever. So I'm literally on first dates, general conversation. You got kids? Do you want kids? Have you been married or whatever? And so he goes back at it again, like, so like after this or whatever, you got something to do or whatever. So I'm just kind of looking, and so I was like, this was so nice. Thank you so much, or whatever. And I did. I got up. I had already ordered my Uber or whatever, and I walked to the car.
Did you leave money for?
See, that's the whole thing. When I go for drinks, I get there first, and I get my own Tito's and pineapple.
Okay.
So it was quick. It was quick.
It was one of those.
Okay.
So that's what I mean by most men talk themselves out of sex because they don't have game. They don't know how to have a natural, normal conversation with the woman. Everything that comes out of their mouth is about sex.
Jaree has some, I hope I'm saying your name right, has some ways that they talk themselves out of sex.
Mm-hmm.
But before I say them, it's funny that you say that, and I know you don't represent all women, but the way that women, talk about money, men having money, or they have to have, and money means they have to have a certain type of job, or they have to not live with their mother, or if they drive a certain car,
Right.
all start foaming at the mouth, or if they, certain height or certain build, you all go crazy. But then you say stuff like that kind of contradicts that.
That you don't care with.
Right.
Okay.
See, the thing is, I don't speak for all women. I speak for me.
Yeah.
So my worst experience with somebody was the person with the most money that I know that I'll never obtain.
Okay.
Had a 5-bedroom mansion right over here in Bronzeville, drove a $400,000 car, like all of those things. But because he was that rich, in his mind, he didn't have to work for anything.
Okay.
And
I
so
can say
when he ran across a person that didn't need him for anything and wouldn't ask him for anything, it drove him insane.
Okay.
I firmly stand on, you will not rule me with money.
Okay.
Period.
Jaree is saying that bashing his ex-girlfriend is
God.
a way
Yes.
to talk himself out of sex.
Yes.
She also says talking about having money.
Yes.
And Chris Daniels, shout out to Bike Man NIU's Finest. He put up a post about this, but Jaree says send a dick pic that was not asked for.
My God.
And
Yes.
Bike Man put up a post saying, do women want dick pics? And most of them said, yeah.
It's a no for me.
That's a no.
It's a hell no.
No.
Yeah, it's a hell no.
Do not send me that.
No.
I don't know. I love news from females, so I don't
Well, that's
know
a difference.
Why women would not, women are just different than dudes. I
Yeah,
guess,
that's the
because-
difference.
Okay, but if you are,
That's
so if you're not asking for a dick pic, does that mean you're not a size really matters woman?
Now, did anybody say
That,
that?
right. No.
I'm like, how did you get that from that? I'm confused.
Because don't you want to know?
I
because
feel
when
like
you
you
get
started
there-
on the block and then finished the race without running.
But then when you
Make it make
but if you
sense.
get the dick pic, you know what
Frank,
somebody's
let me let
That's
men know
true.
a secret.
Okay.
We know how to size you up without sleeping with you.
How is so?
That's not any. That's a woman's meeting.
Nah,
That's a woman's meeting.
woman's show. You got a lot
That's
of
a
topics
woman's.
tonight.
We're not giving y'all everything. Just know we know how to size you up before we sleep with you. We don't need a dick pic.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay. Well, yeah, I look forward to that show because I mean.
No. I didn't say that was going to be a show. That's a woman's thing. We're going to keep that amongst
Well,
ourselves.
I'll have to. If you don't want to make it a show, I have to get. We got to get that on the show because that's something that you can't. No matter what a man has on, just like with a female, no matter what we have on, you don't know what the hell is up on.
Again, we can size you up without sleeping with you.
10-4 to that.
There you go.
10-4 to that. Do you post on social media? Do you post the person on social media that you flew out? Do
I
you
would.
post them on your
I
social
would.
media?
Yeah, I would.
No.
Single, yeah.
So in your mind, that's what.
It's my
But that's like the first
day.
date.
Okay.
Oh
Because
no.
I cannot stand with women. Because it's supposed to be women. It's supposed to be women.
that
Most
comes out.
men are not going to even post a woman that they not, about to marry anyway. But women will post, that they out. And it's like, who's taking this picture? Somebody's taking this picture. You all do it all the
need to know
time.
that.
So this man is gonna fly you out. He can't even get in the story.
He don't want to be in the story. Like you just said, men are social media
it's on his page. A man want to be on your page.
No.
Absolutely.
Absolutely.
No,
It's
Unless
I
he's
don't
married.
know about that because some dudes be on their own little thing and they have
Yep.
multiple women that they dealing with.
Yep.
And next women call them FBI investigators, okay? Because my friend can be like, you know what? I think I saw he got this jacket, don't he? I think I saw him on this girl page. So you go to
Damn.
her page, you start investigating. So
See, now I do have a couple girlfriends. Now I don't know how to do it, but I do have a couple girlfriends that know how to do
start
it. I
investigating. So
100%,
most
yeah.
men don't want you if it's a meetup because they having
They
these
doing
type
dirt.
of things with multiple women. They done flew somebody out last week.
But if y'all not together, what does it matter?
That's on him.
Yeah, Jeree says mind your business.
That's on him. I feel like most dudes don't want to be posted. I don't have a problem with doing it. And
Right.
I wouldn't have a problem with doing it. You
Oh,
want to see
no.
who paid for this meal, girl?
Not one of these.
Because I ordered me that lobster and that
No,
steak on that
see, it's
and
a
that
no
thing.
for me. You are not going on my social media. Hell
You
no.
don't have anybody on your social
Nope.
media.
Let me tell you, Issa Rae all day. That's my best friend in my head. If you see somebody on my social media, it would be just like how Issa Rae posted her man on her social media.
Oh,
married.
I think you have recently. Have you posted something recently? No.
You may have seen them, but it was a quick.
It was a story. It wasn't a post.
Oh, no, not an actual post on the page.
It's gonna
No,
delete it
it's
24
gonna go
hours.
on the story.
It's
not
going to
on the
delete
page.
it 24
Yeah,
Okay.
Okay,
Nah.
so I think I want to get something that verified because I think flued out means nobody's trying to be in a relationship. It seems like that is not a start of a relationship in any kind of way. So the reason is, to me, it seems like men want sex when they fly you out because they don't look at you as relationship material. They want to get you there, fuck you,
Yes.
and then send you home.
I don't agree with that.
No,
I think
go ahead.
I think that's your time to shine, baby. You show me if we should continue to do this.
Mm-hmm.
This is your time to shine, for real. But I will say this though: if I have somebody and off the rip, I'm just spending money on her, like I don't care. That's just because I just want sex. And then once I'm done with her, money stops, get out my face.
Okay.
But if it's the girl who I'm really trying to get to know, or the girl who takes the initiative, like I said, and spends her bread, because I firmly believe that a woman who likes you gonna break bread with you.
I
She
agree.
gonna give you some money.
I
We
agree.
gonna do this together.
See, and that's the whole thing. I don't want.
Like you said earlier.
See, yeah, I don't think that there's anything wrong with that because I'm an advocate of that as well. But again, I'm gonna ask a question. So I don't mind. So it's our first date. Okay, we go out. You know how I feel about first dates, so whatever. So mine's is coffee or drinks or something like that. I pay for my drink, you pay for yours, fine. You call and you invite me to dinner. Would you feel a way if I pick up the first dinner check?
Nope. That'd be a boss move. That's the boss move right there. That's the one. Wait a minute. Is she taking on? Hold on. Wait. What's this? I got it. She's like, nope. That's some player shit.
Mm-hmm.
That is literally in the book. I'm not gonna mention his name, but it's a book about women coming up on rich guys. And in this book, it said, go to a really, really expensive restaurant, order a lot of stuff, tell him to order whatever. This is where you want him to take you, right? You go, that bill $400, $500, you pick it up. That'll be the last $500 you gotta spend for a year or two. Because this dude gonna be flying you to France, he gonna be flying you here, he gonna be flying you there. You don't have to come out of pocket for nothing. Why? Because he's gonna top you. You're not gonna top me.
So now you do know that this
That's a
only
boss
works with a secure man, right?
It only works with a boss lady.
Right, but I'm just saying, like in general.
I'm talking about rich guys. I'm not talking about.
I'm talking,
But
I'm
you
not,
still
you don't
gotta
have
be
to be
secure.
rich. I mean,
But-
I'm talking about a financially stable man, okay?
Right.
So
Okay.
that still only works with somebody that's secure. It doesn't matter if they're rich, if they're stable, whatever, because some men, that's a shot at their ego.
How?
I
Yeah,
Just
was
like
you
some men
paying
don't
for
like
this
women
a
to
shot
make
to
more
me.
money than them.
Well, first of all,
It's that same guy right
It
there.
is.
No, I don't
Because
mind.
you make more money than me doesn't mean that I can't pay this $500 tab.
Right. Some men take it disrespectfully.
You know,
Yes.
I would be like, shit, I done made it.
Yeah.
I got me a
Most men, I think most men are not even going to allow that.
I would want to pay for it, but it's like, if you a player, I'm gonna let you be one. Just
And
like
that's
if
the whole
I'm a
thing.
player,
I
you let
don't-
me be one.
And that's the whole thing. I agree, but I want you to understand there's very few men
Yeah.
that would look at that and be like, yo, that's my wife. Most men, even though they would probably have attitude, they'll let me pay the bill, comment about it in the car, more than likely say something about it again after you drop me off.
And
And
then you're done.
8 times out of 10, that's our last date.
They focused on the wrong shit.
I agree, but
Yeah.
that's what it is. So again, men want to have this narrative that they have it horrible out here with dating.
They do.
But women have it equally as bad because
How?
we can't find a middle. So I like somebody, I want to take you out or whatever. Boom, like you said, it's a shot to his ego. Well, you don't think I can pay that? I didn't say that.
It's some weak ass niggas though. You don't want a
I
weak ass
agree.
nigga, do
Oh
you?
no, not at all.
That's what I'm
why we
saying.
send them back.
We
But
got to move around.
that's what I'm saying though.
But
Y'all
he have me that same way with every other woman that he dates.
But
Just because he's not gonna change.
But that's one weak ass nigga. You know how many niggas out here that
It's a lot of weak ass.
It's a lot of weak ass.
It's a
niggas
lot
out
of
here.
weak assholes too. It's a lot. I'm
You ain't
single
done
too.
it.
I want to go
Weak
back
assholes
to
out here.
what you said as far as dating and when you get back. So I think that I'm not going to fly somebody out if I'm not, in a relationship with them, or we're working towards a relationship or working towards a marriage. And so for me, when we get back, we're still on. Do you fly somebody out and then when you get back, that's just it?
No. If you like her, if you don't like her, it's over. Or you might just be friends with her. Right? You might just be cool with her.
So, or you're gonna fly somebody out that, maybe is out your league.
What is that?
And see, that's what I'm thinking, right?
Yeah.
Nowadays, I feel like
Yep.
you got Instagram and you got a certain type of woman on Instagram
Yes.
that these guys look at, they admire, they want. They only want to fuck them, so they hit them up in their DMs talking about, I'm gonna fly you out.
Yes.
That is the woman that is getting flown out.
Yes.
Mm-hmm.
If you are really serious about dating this woman, I think we not talking about getting flown out. We talking about meeting up. We talking about seeing
Yes.
each other.
Mhm.
And so that's, in this day and age, this internet shit is so crazy because it's these pandemic boys. And you got your Instagram. Pandemic, all the dudes that was getting all the money over the pandemic.
I love these new words that I'm learning today.
They
Shout out to the dictionary.
I know. Come on, teach
You
us.
got these men who find these women on social media who are putting themselves out there with the breasts all out, all these sexy pictures, whatever they want to be Instagram models. Those are the women that men are trying to fly out or get flued out.
Yes.
It's not Jasmine or
Okay.
may not necessarily be
agree.
Kim.
I don't agree
We're
with
not
that.
we're not those women that a dude is gonna reach out to be like, well, let me fly you out. I don't see that. I think it's a certain type of woman they're looking to get flown out because what they're expecting when these women are getting flown out is sex.
It's
And that's
sex.
what they want from that woman.
Yes. And I don't understand why it's so hard for men to admit that 8 times out of 10 when they fly a girl out, they just want to fuck her and send her home. But I think that's what goes back to Mike's point in the beginning. Did y'all have a responsible adult conversation about what the trip was about? No, because he doesn't want to say that he wants to have sex. You don't want to say like, oh, okay, like when I get there, is it going down? So then y'all both sitting on the couch looking at each other strange.
But I feel like I would just be like, yo, if I fly you out, right, you come and then we don't do anything, right? Especially if we're somewhere like 5 days or something like that. It's
5 days.
That's a long
It's
time.
I'm gonna be honest.
like, grow up.
Nobody. Me personally, this is me. You should not be on a trip with anybody for 5 days that you have only known 3 weeks.
They're trying to pull it though.
Ain't no way in
That's
hell.
what
Hell
That's why
no.
dudes are like
That's
that.
called sex trafficking.
5 days? That's crazy.
That's too long. You
Girl, we can't even go on girls' trips half the time for 5 days without somebody ready to slap somebody. 5 days and I don't know you? Oh, hell no. No.
That's y'all just hit it off though.
No. Like,
I
don't
think
get
if
me wrong.
If we just meeting up, that's like y'all said, a turnaround trip. Friday to Sunday, Friday to Monday.
Yeah.
It's like
you up out of the.
We're not
Do
doing
you
that.
know
It's like,
how
grow
long
up.
5 days
That's
is?
a long time.
I know. I wouldn't do it. But I'm saying is that like
Jesus.
if you go on a trip with a dude
Mm-hmm.
and you're not trying to sleep with that dude, like whatever he does in terms of like cancellations and all of that, you had it coming because grow up.
That I agree with.
Like you're using him
Grow
and
up
he's
because
not
I don't want to have sex
he's
with
not,
you.
He's not letting you use him.
Well, I mean,
No.
see, I'm gonna
No.
agree with Leo on this one because no woman should accept. Like again, like I said, there's a difference. If you are paying for my $97 trip to Atlanta to Dallas or whatever like that, that's one conversation. Me accepting a whole trip to another country at a resort from you,
Come on, man.
then me as a woman, I'm a fool if I show up.
If you think that's
And
not
right,
what he's expecting.
we in a whole we not even in the USA anymore. Like that's just nuts. Like no woman can stand on that. Like the scenario we gave earlier, he's good because I would have canceled the bitch room the first night.
Period. Me too.
Yeah, I honestly
All right.
would have. I'd been like,
You can't stand this one.
oh, okay, you know. So I think it was very nice of him to give her 24 hours, you know. But I think that goes back to, and I'm not trying to be funny because some men get mad at this. That goes back to dating out of your league because certain men think because they're financially stable and financially well that they should have the pick of what they want. And some of these women will look at them and be like, oh, okay. And they gonna run their ass. You a simp. So guaranteed.
You a what?
A simp.
What's that?
A simpleton. Like you a simp. Like I can. What she basically thought was that she looked at him and knew he was financially stable, knew he was financially
And
well,
she was, yeah.
and guaranteed she was just like, oh, I'm gonna run over
Run
his
her
pockets.
facts.
But that's another thing. Men, you are picking these type of women.
That's what I was trying to say.
Men
Y'all
get so
going for
upset
these
with
women
that.
on the
You
internet.
you
Yes.
picked that. So even
Yes.
though you got embarrassed out and he got his lick back because he canceled her shit.
Mhm.
But at the end of the day, it was something about him that she thought that she could pull that.
Mhm.
It be regular square girls doing that too. Like I had a homegirl who told me that this dude flew her out,
Mm-hmm.
and he got so mad like that she didn't want to have sex with him. And
What
she
makes her a
didn't
square?
understand. What I mean is that she wasn't Instagram.
No. I mean that, but that doesn't. I don't mean. I like when I say, and like I said, I'm not trying to be funny. Certain men, again, think their wealth gives them access to a woman that would not look at him if he didn't have that wealth. She doesn't need to be an Instagram model. She doesn't need to be anything. She could literally just be a gorgeous girl.
Mhm.
And he's looking at her like, well, I can obtain her because I can pay for her.
Yeah.
She's going to run him like a cent because
Yeah.
she's not interested.
And she
But
should.
most women, I feel like that's most women though. I feel like
I don't.
you're more attracted to money than you are to.
Mm-mm.
It's in their
Look.
nature. A woman is attracted
You
to
disagree with
stability.
that, Jay?
Stability is what attracts a woman.
Are you more attracted to money
Come on.
than looks?
No. Baby, you gotta look nice for me to even be attracted to
Oh,
you.
come on. I don't
I mean, because that's the
understand
first
that.
thing that I'm saying. I don't know. Like I said, if you looking at somebody, even if I meet you in a club, you popping all these bottles. Like I said, you got these people that just came up on some money in for a short time. So that don't mean you got it forever. So
That's
I'm looking at you.
So he has to have both looks and money.
It would be nice, cause I got both.
Come on.
So
Come on.
But if he doesn't look nice, but he can afford you, are you going to give him a chance?
I don't know if I can deal with
See,
somebody that's not.
That proves my point.
What do you mean? She just said no.
No, I said if he don't look good, then I don't know if I can do it.
Right. I have to be sexually attracted to you. I don't care how much money you have. I gotta wake up because I have to roll over to you in the morning.
So could you get with a broke dude who
And
just
then I'm
looks
looking
good?
at him like,
Right.
No.
Okay. So it matters too.
So it matters.
It does matter to a certain extent, but I think they give these lists like, pick out your man and you only got $5.
Oh yeah.
Right? So you got your look is $3, the money is $1, and you like, well, how am I gonna spend my money $5 on this?
Gotta look like something.
Yeah.
Jerry is saying, you gotta look good. I'll help you get some money.
Come on, hey,
He
there
said,
you go.
Ugly dudes do you the worse. You got to explain that, please. I feel like
No, that's true.
That is
That's
very
definitely true.
How y'all know y'all mess with other dudes?
You look back at some dudes that you mess with, you like, man, why the hell I was messing with that dude?
I swear, sometimes I look back.
I feel like you all will let money and size compensate for looks. Most women.
Some women would, yeah. I would say a
Some
lot.
women will.
Yeah,
Do you
absolutely.
agree
I
with
say
me, Will? That most women will compensate money and dick size for a not so attractive guy.
Okay, so there's parts to that. It depends. How much money?
Money.
Are you talking about $100,000?
No, we don't even need to go into an amount. Money. You either got money or you don't. Okay. So
when he say money, he don't mean check to check.
Because I'm like, you get damn near anybody, you got $100 million or $50 million.
no, but not according to Jay here.
If somebody, and I don't mean, I'm gonna speak in general terms. If a dude said, baby, I'm just speaking in general, to a woman, I'm gonna give you $1 million to sleep with me and to do the most, and I want your friend too. I'm gonna give you $1 million. I would say about 97% of women would be like, you know what, damn.
And you can take a couple of zeros off.
And I would
that.
say some niggas will go too. You probably
You can take some zeros.
You can take some zero off of that.
You just turn her into a prostitute?
Basically.
No, what I'm saying is that
Most
she'll
women
go for the money.
prostitute themselves at the end of the day.
Yeah, they go for the money.
Yes, they want money. You want money. You want somebody who's
He
going to
just
pay.
pretty woman her.
You want somebody who's going to pay your bills. You
Okay.
want somebody who can be on your level. You basically said, hey, if you want this is what you have to bring to the table. That is the
Those are
level
called
of
standards.
prostitution.
Low
That's
key.
called prostitution.
$10,000.
Standards.
But what I'm saying is that's what I'm saying. So like I would say, like, cause I have friends who have money that's like, cool, and I have some dudes who have money that's whack, and the dudes who are whack, they don't get girls, and the ones who are cool, they get girls. Like, but I feel like dudes would get, like, I feel like I got girls when I didn't have nothing. Right, so I don't have that kind of insecurity where I'm like, she don't like me.
Right.
I'm like, boy, if I didn't have nothing, I'd be right up in her house eating chips. And, you know what I'm saying? I got the cable bill, I got this part of the rent. I could be that dude. Some girl gonna shoes up on me. You feel me? Like, so I think that yes, I do think most women want our
Money
attention to
changes the
stability.
scenario.
But I think
That's where you stand.
Yeah, I think money definitely matters. Just like that's like saying a dude who most dudes don't like women because of what they look like. Most women like dudes who are stable and have a social status and talent.
Yeah, they want you to look good. They want you to have money. They want you to pay for this. They want this. They want that.
Yeah.
And
So men is just out here hurting. Girl, do you hear this? I feel so sorry for men in general. I did not know it was so hard out here for
it
y'all.
is
Oh
hard.
my God.
Oh, it's definitely hard.
That is, it seems
Especially
like
if
it is just heartbreaking out
Especially
here.
if she black. Especially trying to get a black one. It is, but that's another show.
Oh, okay. Well, I have a question before we transition to another. So we're talking about money, flued out, things like this. Can a stable man give a woman stability and emotional support?
Yeah.
Yes.
You agree with? You think so?
Yeah.
Okay. I personally think that a lot of the times you get one or the two. I run into men that are financially well and stable and can do whatever they want. And so they don't have the emotional side at all. It's like, what else do you want from me? Like, I do this, we go here, whatever. Like, what else do you need? What else do you want? What? You don't care that, like, I want roses. You don't care that, like, just having a general 30-minute conversation on the phone would brighten my day. You don't walk in and ask me how my day is there, nothing like that. Like, what else do you want? I do everything.
I think that's a stereotype, just like it's a stereotype that a lot of fine girls ain't going, or a lot of fine girls won't spend money, or a lot of fine girls don't know how to won't cook or clean for the dude. Like a lot of dudes will be like, oh, well, she ain't on that, and she look how she looks, she fine, she ain't going for me. Shit, she'll go just as fast as the girl who you think you could get. That's
This is
what she'll
true,
tell
yeah.
you. And so she'll fix you some food, she'll do the domestic stuff that you think she's not gonna do just because she's a baddie. Like, a lot of dudes don't know how to see past the looks.
Oh, I agree with that
They don't know,
100%.
right? They assume this chick is not doing OnlyFans because she look like an angel.
Damn.
I'm just keeping it 100. Like, I don't put nothing past no girl, like how she comes off or whatever.
Right.
Because the quiet ones, the conservative ones that you don't know what, they wear long this and long that. You don't really see those be the main ones with the piercings. Those be the main ones out here doing the most. They
No. I agree with that. I personally think any man that knows their worth, shoot your shot. Now, I agree with you. I can't stand a jittery man. I can't stand a man that don't know how to walk up and just say hi or have a conversation. All of that shit is annoying.
Yeah.
So if you are confident and you think you can shoot your shot, well, hey, how you doing? That don't bother me at all. I totally agree.
I think that's all talk.
Okay.
I think that's all talk. Because, like me, I speak to people. I'm in a decent mood most of the time, so I speak to strangers. If I'm walking past you and we make eye contact, I'll probably say hi, how you doing? Male or female, Rue hates it. She's like, stop speaking all these things. But, I feel like most women are not, they feel like you're trying to hit on them just by speaking to them. It's automatic defense.
Oh, really?
So
maybe
what
that's
you're
my
saying, maybe that is
maybe
your
because
son.
I speak to everybody.
Yeah.
I do. You Chicago people are me.
Latrice,
So maybe that's what it is.
Marie Reddick, Talented Trends. Thank you so much for the Unapologetic Church. Talented Trends on IG. Send them a message and have them make me some stuff. Having preferences gives an opportunity for everyone to find someone, and money for some equals ego. And that's all of our downfall.
Ooh.
Well said, Treese. Yeah. Most women are not that friendly. Where it's like,
Do you think that's
I am not that friendly.
you speak, like, bitch, I don't want you. You getting on my bus. What really you do for me?
See, okay. I'm not gonna sit here and pretend like I don't, okay. I feel like women can be mean 100%, but also y'all have to understand where that comes from. So most men, again, like I said before, don't know how to just walk up and say hi. You have to comment on my ass. You have to comment on my breast. You have to reach out and physically try to touch me. Like, all of those things factor into me being a bitch.
Well,
so if most men were like a Leo, if most men you're married but like a you that just would say hi, all of our guards would be down a lot more. But 9 times out of 9, I'm not gonna run into a Leo.
There's a meme circulating around where I'll just use myself as an example. Me, the fat guy, if I say something, it's sexual harassment. But if you don't say something, it's flirting.
Well, that goes back to what I'm thinking, right? So I always got this stale look on my face. So if you're bold enough to kind of come and talk to me, then okay.
There you go.
And then I look at you and you ugly, or I'm not attracted to you, you get an instant bitch from me. See, that has nothing to do with money.
What if he said something really slick though?
Like,
Something extremely slick.
If you still ugly, my dude, I'm giving what? Get out my face.
Oh, okay.
Okay. Well, look, hey, I think that's a win-win. Shout out to him for being that bold, and shout out to you for keeping it real. Hey.
Kim, let me ask you this.
Okay.
As we wrap up, I had this couple who I actually want to get on here for the Black Woman.
Oh Lord. Okay.
They've been together for a year, and he surprised her with a trip to the Maldives.
Okay,
To the-
that's expensive.
Maldives. Yeah,
Okay,
Maldives.
Maldives.
And they were together for a year?
One day for 1 year?
Day for 1 year.
Damn. Okay.
He proposed there too.
Oh.
And she said yes.
You better.
Oh, congratulations. You better. You better.
Right.
Damn. You better.
So,
That's exactly what I mean.
That's like
That's like
48 hours to get there.
Right, that's like an $18,000 trip.
That's
Yeah.
Shout out to him.
Shit.
are y'all
Now
trying?
she definitely better give him some sex.
Well, see,
You got clear floor.
Kim, I put my gavel up there. Like, I'm show you.
No.
You gotta get a ticket to feed you to the
No.
Maldives.
Same as
Then,
That is not, yo. No, do not let Goodwin take y'all because you said that they have been dating for a year. I am not dating
That's a
anybody
honeymoon
for a
trip.
year and
Yes.
still, first of all,
That
I
is
am not
definitely
dating
a
anybody
honeymoon
for a year and I'm still thinking about sex. If I haven't fucked you in a year,
Yeah.
it's not, we're friends.
Yeah.
We're friends. Thank you for the trip to the Maldives, so shit.
they got that you find attractive. Put a ticket to the Maldives. You something. I get to know you in this 48 hours on this flight.
No, not
Yes,
at all.
yes,
No,
absolutely.
No, not at all. First of all, men, let me tell you something. If you had the first, shout out to him for a year. Well, he knew he wanted. That's different. He was dating her with intention,
Exactly.
and he knew that was going to
They're
be
good
his
people.
wife. But I put it like this: men, you are a fool if you are buying a woman a ticket out of the country the first 2 to 3 times y'all meeting up and y'all do not know each other. $97 ticket, $200 ticket, whatever.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? You start booking shit for Jamaica, Hawaii, shit like that. You are setting yourself up.
Why
for
you a
failure.
fool though?
Because you don't know her. That's all I'm saying. If it's about sex, keep it at that. Hey, I want you to come out, I'll grab your ticket. Y'all have an adult conversation like Mike said, and then be done with it. But if you dating her with intention, if she show up or if the scenario change and you like, yo, like, she actually bad. Like, I might do this. Then that's when you start progressing, and then both of y'all again should sit down and collectively have a conversation about who's going to do what. Because like you said, you shouldn't be on the hook for everything just because you got the first ticket. But now you both have mutually agreed that you're going to move forward.
Yeah.
But you know, it's ways to like hint though. Like it's ways without having the conversation, you can have a conversation. That's not. But let me tell you, it's slick ways. Like, cause I personally wouldn't have the conversation. I would just, because like I said, I'm not sure if I'm gonna get this to her. You know what I'm saying? Just because we go, I'm just being honest. Like,
Ain't nothing wrong with that.
you know, that's how I've always been. So like, you could ask her something like, you could ask her something
Look,
like,
all men cannot be slutted out.
do you need to get your own room, or am I gonna get your room, or are we gonna be in a room together? And she says, oh, we just be in a room together. She's with it.
So from that,
double
you
bed.
feel like you
You
can have sex.
asking for double beds or single beds?
No, I'm saying, like, if I take, I'm gonna get this single bed. Do you need a room, or are we just gonna do this room here? And she
That's
said,
an incorrect way of asking.
Right.
We gonna,
So, but then this is
right.
my follow-up
And feel me,
question.
like, if she say, no, I need another room.
Right.
Then okay.
Then she's not going.
So that's what I was just gonna say. Do
I'm
you
not-
cancel the ticket?
No.
Oh,
That's
you
the
still
thing.
let her come?
Because here's the thing. Like I don't know. I'm confident in the
Okay.
situation, so I'm not really. I'm like, yo, whatever happens, happens. But I'm pretty confident. Like, and I'm not being arrogant at all.
Do you feel like that's how most men walk into the scenarios, like whatever's gonna happen.
No.
No.
I think it's some player shit to just be like, yo, whatever she's comfortable with. But like,
Okay.
if I feel our vibe though, like, and I like you, honestly, it's not all about the sex, but it's like the principle almost.
Okay.
It's almost like principle. Like, if she's with it, and I might not be with it, I might be like, did she mad?
Mhm.
But it's like the principle that you will just like let me do everything, and then you don't contribute nothing, and you be like, yo, I ain't getting no ass or nothing. Fuck you.
Okay.
It's the principle. That's the kind of person you are. Like, I've been out with women who I pay for it, whatever. I'm just having a good time, right?
Right.
After a while, damn, she ain't never like even trying to. Damn. All right, you know what I'm saying? Like,
Let
I
me
know
tell you how we
lots
gonna
of
find
women.
Leo a wife, okay? I'm going to find Leo a wife, and one thing I'm gonna do, I'm gonna snatch her up, and I'm gonna just lean her in, and I'm gonna say, hey, bitch, pay for the first meal. Take it to STD.
Give her some name.
I'm literally just grab her up. That's it.
Leo, can we find your wife? Can Unapologetic find your wife?
I don't know. I would do the experiment. I'm with it.
Don't give me a test.
I'm trying to be married. I'm trying to marry somebody.
But no, Leo, you have to listen, okay?
Yeah.
Oh, okay.
But
Okay.
I always listen.
So Unapologetic can find you a wife.
Yeah. Yeah.
Okay.
All right.
I think they got some options. It's gonna be called what? An apology.
They don't be like,
We've done a dating show.
We have.
We've
have.
done
Like,
a dating
there's some
show
people
where a
too.
young lady.
Yeah, we did.
We had a young lady.
Mm-hmm.
She was blindfolded, kind of,
Yeah.
and we had guys lined up behind her that she
Mhm.
supposedly never seen before.
Right.
And
they
she chose a guy.
ask questions
Yeah.
and things like that, and you know
Yeah.
the first two went out, then the two battled,
Yeah.
and she picked one.
And their relationship lasted for a little bit.
For a little bit.
Yeah.
Some of the comments, that we got before we wrap, ain't nobody whining and dining you for free. Especially if you out of town. Not saying you have to do anything, but if I was a guy, I ain't paying to fly you out and you don't like me like that. A lot of it was like that. Another guy said, shaking my head, if a woman wants to see you, she will pay for her own ticket.
That's true.
Okay.
True.
My girl said, no, it's not. Expected? She said, no, it's not, but let's be real. A man wants it. Unapologetically, sex is never a requirement, but it's an assumption. Maybe even a standard for being flued out, but it is never a requirement. Or if it is, he's a real live bum. Because why you flying someone out for coochie? Coochie
Yeah,
is
Right, you
everywhere.
can go in your local city.
Ain't getting none locally, so you bringing a woman out here who don't know nothing about you
Yeah.
because she don't know you a goofy.
Yeah. Now that's another thing.
Yeah.
That's true. Yeah,
Yeah.
because, but the thing is, I always preface it all. I guess I never thought about it like you were saying, like, men are just on here looking for like a particular woman. Me personally, I was thinking of it like, because I don't really know how dating apps work. Like, what if you just so happen to swipe on somebody that's not in your city? That's how I originally thought about the flued out question. If you're, online dating or in somebody inbox and don't really know actually where they from or something like that, and then y'all start communicating and figure out that y'all in two different cities.
Yeah.
Then how does the flued out work?
Yeah.
Not, you a bum, like you said, nigga, and ain't no bitch in your city checking for you, so you gotta find somewhere else.
Yeah. Yeah. So that's another way. And then, getting a woman on a certain status that you feel like,
Right.
and then you have to prove to her
That you can do it.
And once
And
you
that's
get that,
another
she's
thing.
gonna
That's
leave.
another. Stop, men. If you don't want us to want you for your money, stop leading with your money.
That's true.
I tell all my friends that.
Yeah, stop leading with. Men get so upset about money, but will lead with their money.
Yeah. So that's why you need to accept this 6 wings from off the wing. and not trying to go to these high-ass restaurants.
A lot of dudes just don't have game, so they lead with that. Like, they don't know how to speak to a woman.
Well, you don't have to have
Agreed.
game no more. You
Agreed.
don't have to have it because you just go in the DM.
I don't agree. Yeah,
You gotta have game in the DM though.
Yeah, you gotta have some game in the DM.
Do you understand that most women get so many DMs that they rarely even click on them.
Yeah.
So in order for you to even get a response, you have to say something clever. You have to say something that's going to catch her attention. So if you don't have game in her DM, you're literally just you're the man in her DM that started DMing her back in 2017, and it's literally a running message from 2017 to 2021, and she's never responded.
You're right. 50%. The other 50% is that if you look good, if they find that you look good, they're gonna give you a shot.
Oh my goodness. Okay.
Oh yeah.
So y'all just think, okay, sure.
Yeah.
Okay.
If you look good, and if they
Because
look,
that's the standard.
if it's a woman that's looking for somebody with some money, if they leave with money, that's who she gonna go for.
Okay.
Yeah.
So that's the standard for women.
Yeah.
So that's why men have it out here so hard, because we're only looking for.
No, we
dick.
have it hard to find a wife. So
Okay.
probably to have some sex.
I mean,
Okay.
you have to get a
This
woman.
is
That's
easy.
not. That's,
Yeah.
that's
What you
easy.
saying.
Oh, okay. Oh, getting a wife is hard.
But I'm gonna say, if a dude leaves with his money, though, he has no respect for women. Like,
Yeah.
because he don't think he
just
just
wants
$200,
sex.
and then she gonna give me what I want. She gonna get the fuck out of my face. Like,
Exactly.
Because that's how I would think.
Exactly.
Because the young girls these days are a different breed.
They are very
They
different.
listen to Kevin Samuels.
Yeah. Jay Nicole,
They are.
so thankful for you coming tonight.
Oh, thank you for having
We
me.
definitely want to get you on a Wednesday show
Oh,
to
yes.
talk shit with us about what's going on in entertainment one day.
Oh yeah.
We'll get you in on a Wednesday night. Leo,
Always a treat.
Thanks for having me.
Always a treat.
and we need you to come back. We need you to fly somebody out. We need you to fly somebody out and come back and tell us about it.
All right. We want to know.
Okay.
We want to know.
See how long for 5 days.
No, not
Oh,
5
we know
days.
5
48
days.
hours.
4 days.
Nah,
48 hours.
3 days.
2.
two and a half.
Two
48
days,
to
2
7
nights, 3 days.
Oh, that's still
3
a
days,
lot.
2 nights.
3 days,
Yeah,
2 nights.
3 days, 2 nights of work.
And see how long you can go without having sex with her. So you can say you can do it. in a one king size bed, and you can do it. No sex. Tell us how it
I
goes.
learned how to discipline myself.
Hey, that's how you do it.
That's how you
Amen.
Yeah, once she up here, she get with you up here. That's the.
And then that's another thing I think people be forgetting. If you book the whole time with activities, y'all ain't never in the room. That's how you
I ain't
do
trying
it.
to do all that though.
What?
On
I
vacation.
love activities. You're not an activity person on vacation? No.
That's like
Oh.
girls thing.
Yeah, you just.
No,
That is
that's-
not-
you-
that
that
is-
sounds. You sound boring.
Men go out when they go out with men. They be trying to get something back to the room and go on a hunt. They not doing
Especially when you start
excursion.
drinking as soon as you get up.
Yeah, excursion.
Stop.
and
No.
Stop
I
playing.
disagree with that. Like
Stop
me,
playing.
I need somebody that we're going to do things.
Go
I don't
to-
want to just I don't want to just lay in the room all day.
A tour.
And
We're gonna do this tour.
Just
And-
one tour.
We're gonna do a tour. We're gonna go
And-
to the local strip club.
Okay,
We're gonna go to
and-
dinner. And then we're gonna go back to the room. You heard me?
And then the next day, what we
Gonna
gonna
The
do?
do?
next
Right.
day, we're gonna definitely have a fly breakfast. We're gonna go to the beach.
okay.
We're gonna
Well, since these
we
is
gonna-
things you guys are doing.
Maybe another tour.
Okay.
But in between,
Uh-huh.
there will be some sex.
It's gonna be right. You know what I'm
And
saying?
a lot of times you don't end up in strip clubs. You end up in brothels. That's where we ended up at. We didn't know it was a brothel until
Where
we
we
got
at?
there. We was in Punta Cana.
Oh, yeah, I
yeah.
heard it. I heard
Yeah.
it out
Dominican
there.
Republic. Oh
Yeah, we were. And then they like, oh, we gonna take you out to the strip club. We like, oh, okay, we got it. We was like, Jesus, this is a brothel. We stayed, but it was a brothel.
There's nothing else in Dominican
It was
Republic.
different. It was different.
Cause I was supposed to go to some vacation on some beach shit, and this chick was like, I'm going to the Dominican Republic. I had never been there, and she was like,
I'm going for some
"What
hoes.
you going there for?" I was like, "To chill, shit." She had an attitude like,
Oh, wow.
And so I'm like, "Oh, okay. So what's going on?" And my boy was like, "What the fuck?" You know what I'm saying?
Don't
you ain't
tell
know
her.
that.
Don't
Wow.
tell her.
So
Well,
you-
no, we were a group.
There's literally
Y'all can't
nothing
go.
else.
Your
in-
guy can't go to the Dominican by with us on a
With his
guy
gas,
trip.
if he on the guy strip, you already know what's going on, and it's a no for me.
Oh, but come on. Okay. Hey, me, I'm
Bachelor
out-
party.
Outside of the resorts in Dominican Republic, it's a beautiful place. But
Yeah.
there's literally nothing else besides
Right.
the resorts. and
Excursions.
prostitution.
Excursion.
That's like resort stuff. Though.
Yeah, it is.
But
The
I'm
resort
going
is
outside. It's
different.
like you're not going there. Like I can go to like Paris or London, and I can go see things,
Correct.
attractions.
Right.
In Dominican Republic,
No.
it's not that.
It's not that at all.
Not even a bachelor party.
Well,
Y'all can go to Vegas.
Vegas.
Yeah, y'all can
I
go to
mean,
Vegas.
but it's still you going down there. It's gonna be women there for a certain type of thing, so you know this is gonna go on. Okay, it's a bachelor party. Okay, whatever. And I think that's a whole nother topic about having trust in somebody
Whew,
to
yeah.
to go to a bachelor party
Mhm.
and not partake in those type of things.
Yeah.
So
I went to what is that country called where they sell ass the most in Europe?
Amsterdam.
Amsterdam. I went to Amsterdam.
Oh.
Right?
Illegal in
It was
Amsterdam.
like 6 of us, 6 dudes.
Oh, wow.
Right?
Okay. Mm-hmm.
Nobody went to them goddamn little rooms.
Oh, okay.
Niggas was married, like I'm married. I'm not doing that.
Shout out to
Oh,
them.
that's
Good
what's up.
job.
Black
Yes,
men,
yes.
black
Black men don't cheat.
Black men don't cheat.
Black men don't cheat.
Clap them up.
Black
That's what's
men
up.
That's
don't
amazing.
cheat.
But
Yes.
they got the whole little district where
They
it's
definitely
legal
do, the
out
red
there.
light district.
We was walking
Yeah,
all up
like
to do
this.
that, but they was
Mhm.
like, nah, I'm just gonna look and and that was it.
Yeah, I don't think I
Good.
could, a prostitute. I just couldn't do. I'm just not trusted enough of that. I'd be the one to come catch something. And
Oh,
go.
Lord,
I'm not
that's
doing it.
exactly
I'm
right.
not doing it.
Throw your
Safe
whole life
travels.
away.
Safe travels back to the west side. Kim,
Yes.
you have to stay here tonight. You can't go back to Carbondale because
Yeah.
in about 22 hours
We'll be right back.
here.
We'll be right back.
With the Black Love
Yes.
special with the Lawrences. They
Yes,
are
yes,
engaged,
yes.
and Jada is a relationship coach,
Mm-hmm.
and so they will be back tomorrow. They will be here tomorrow
There you go. Yes.
to bless us, and
With a black love story.
that's right.
I'm so excited. You know, that's my favorite thing, black love.
Follow us on social media, Facebook, Instagram, and Twitter, and whatever else is out there.
Spotify, Apple Music.
Apple, Google Podcasts.
All
Follow
of
us,
the
subscribe, leave us a good review. This show will be up tonight.
Mhm.
Thank you to our special guests for being here. We look forward to having you all back. And Unapologetic Podcast, we are out.
Good night.
Thank you, Talented Trends. Very good, people. That
I
was
know,
very
y'all are
nice.
fantastic as usual.
Very nice.
You cross your arms with me.
Leo, you know I'm gonna get that. Because y'all don't want to be telling the truth. You only, we gotta wait for these.
I mean, I want to hit, but I want to. If I take out.